Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to discuss Bitcoin. Now that the price of Bitcoin is close to $88,000, it's below few key levels. None of the content is financial advice right now. The price is almost from the 50-week simple moving average, which is at around 102k. It's almost down 14,000 from that level, and also from the 20-week simple moving average, which is at around 112k. It's down almost 25,000, and also from the 21-week exponential moving average, which is around 107,000. So between 102k and 112k, that $10,000 mark is where most of the meaningful moving averages are. If we are looking for any sort of support, unfortunately the next area of support is all the way over here, which Bitcoin went to in 2025 from March till about April 2025, which is at around 77, 78 to 79k, that area over here. If that kind of transpires, where the price goes close to that mid bull run peak like it did in 2021, where again a similar story, where the price eventually went to that 32k level, like it did back in 2021, found this support at 50-week simple moving average, rallied back to the new all-time high, and then once in late 2021, once the price declined from the 50-week simple moving average, again there was the essentially the bull market was over. There was one rally back to the 50-week simple moving average at early part of April 2022. So again, that is something to look forward to if the bull run is coming to a closure. If not, again, if price were to rally back in the next week or so, back to the 50-week and ideally above the 20-week simple moving average, that could bode well for the rest of the asset class. Right now, all of the major cryptos you can see are all in the red. ETH is at around 2800, Sol at around 131, Aave, the same story, Link, Tezos, Algo, all of them are mostly in the negatives. You can see that in terms of the price performance on the Crypto Weekly's home page. Again, on this one, if you go to Heatmap section, these all charts are available for free. Only Atom is rallying right now over the last 24 hours and over the last 7 days by some distance, leading at around 10-11%. The rest rallying cryptos are again in terms of some of the popular names, although they are rallying in the last 24 hours or the last 7 days, they have been down. Exception being Bitcoin Cash, which is up about 5% over the last 7 days. Over the last 30 days, again similar story, handful number of cryptos are up. Again, Bitcoin Cash one of them, but Bitcoin largely in the negatives. If you were to look at where the position of Bitcoin is on this chart, you can check. Bitcoin is all the way over here over the last 24 hours negative. Over the last 7 days, again in the lower quadrant of performers, even in the last 30 days in the bottom half, negative 15%. Over the last 90 days, again over a longer period of time, Bitcoin holds better than the other cryptos. So still again negative 21%. From the year to date ROI perspective, if you were to check what is the year to date ROI for, this is all of Bitcoin's years, but if you focus on 2025, it's now negative 3% from the yearly open. That means this post halving year, the price, again the open for 2025 was over here on the chart at around the lows for that week of January 6th was at around 91k, whereas the current price is at around 88k. So that's the story for BTC. It's currently down 3.5% from the yearly open as well. And again, if BTC is down 3.5%, you could imagine what the rest of crypto is doing. So this is ETH in blue, Sol in this yellow, again down almost 30%. XRP again slightly better, but still again XRP, you have to zoom it in slightly, but still negative 9.5%. Doge all the way down about 52%. ADA, similar story, down about 40%, 50% almost. Tron as an exception, still up 12%. AVAX down 62% from the yearly open in 2025 itself. Link 36% down from the yearly open. Polkadot and its token DOT down 60%. Bitcoin Cash slightly better this time around, up 8%, but again, only modest gain for 2025. Litecoin following BTC, but much negative at around 11% from the yearly open, negative 11%. Near Protocol, negative 55% from the yearly open. Stellar and its token XLM, 42% negative from the yearly open. The ICP did rally a lot in the past weeks or so, but still it at one point it was negative 72% from the yearly open in a post-halving year. Now it's only negative 52%, but still again you can see despite that great rally that it had, it's now still back negative 52% from the yearly open. So that's unfortunately the disappointing end to the post-halving year. We are only 1 month away, 1 month and a couple of weeks, let's say 10 days away from the end of the post-halving year. Whereas in this time around, you can see in the peak valley dashboard over here, contrasting with 2021, 2025 has been in the lower color codes again in terms of same time in 4 years ago, that is in November 2025. Right now the risk is at around between 0.3 and 0.25 and 0.3, whereas in November 2021 it was in the 0.88 or 88%, whereas now it's at around only 33% 4 years later. That's because most of the cryptos are not rallying. This is a comprehensive analysis of top 100 cryptos, how they are doing on their price action and alpha, beta and Sharpe ratio based valuation. The cooler colors such as blue and green are lower risk, whereas warmer such as orange and red are high risk. We haven't come close to the orange territory this time around. Again in 2024, early December 2024, we came really close to 0.6. I believe at that point in time, if you were following those videos, the risk at that time was slightly higher at 0.64, but again it gets revised using newer and latest data points. So this model did indicate a topping pattern in December 2024, but again it was nowhere similar to the topping pattern in 2021. So that's the lackluster performance of the asset class in 2025. The crypto TLDR narratives over the last 24 hours, again large number of negative narratives and news action over the social media platforms over the last 24 hours. So they are color coded in red color. Overall sentiment is still 50-50 split, but you can see the rising number of negative narratives are popping up in the asset class. Overall, the narratives which are shaped right now, again all of these are available over here. Overall size of bullish narrative is slightly more than the bearish narrative. These are calculated using term frequency of popular crypto related keywords on social media platforms over the last 7 days. Bitcoin still maintaining the healthy lead as the most popular narrative compared to other altcoins, but again lot of news related, Bitcoin being dead, whereas whales are buying, and fear and other narratives are also coming again, crashing, warning. You could all club them, and if you were to club them all under the bearish umbrella, you would find that the overall market is more bearish than bullish if we club the number of bearish narratives together. So, and again over here sell narrative slightly more larger in size than the buy narrative over here. Fear, run, bottom related narrative, dip related narrative. This is again winter, that is crypto winter related narratives are popping up in as a social media sentiment analyzer would indicate. The overall forecast for BTC in the next 5-6 weeks without a major euphoria insight is rally back to 109k. That's the bull case in despite in the last 5 weeks. If we don't see a full blown euphoria for the asset class, 109k would be somewhere close to the 20-week simple moving average. Again, that could be it for the market cycle, with a rally back to the 20-week simple moving average like it did back in 2021 December, and then the bear market kind of commenced, and with one couple of counter trend rallies along the way. The bull case with a euphoria for Bitcoin is still at around 127k. So, and that is again a weekly average of 127k. That would be again about 8 to 9,000 higher than the October 2025 weekly average price, which again was the highest that Bitcoin went at a weekly average at around 119k. These are not the all-time highs or the candle bodies. These are the weekly average price. So with a euphoria in the next 5 weeks, price could still be somewhere close to 130k per this model. This is trend on Bitcoin's price action since 2014 at a weekly average price using seasonal ARIMA machine learning based model to forecast what the price could be using seasonal ARIMA machine learning models and historical price action as an input to the model. The bear case for BTC is again price, as mentioned previously. This green line is the bear case for BTC. If let's say the price continues to decline in the next 5 weeks, the support is between 78k and 84k. Price is at right now at around 87k, so not too far away from that area over here, which is this yellow line as well. And these models are distinct and they do not talk to each other, but still there is a confluence at those levels over there. The blow off top scenario for this market cycle has come down to about 150k if the market cycle were to conclude to in late December 2025. So that's the highest permissible value forecasted by the model with three standard deviation or 99.7% confidence that the price cannot go beyond 149k. There is only a 0.3, essentially 0.15% chance that the price could go. So again, 1/6 of a percent chance that the price could go higher than a red line over here. In terms of all in all, as Bitcoin linear regression, this is not linear, this is polynomial regression. The linear regression based valuation is converging back to its fair value again, which is coming in at again coincides again at around 76k. Again, a different model saying the similar story for the Bitcoin cool off levels at around 76k. This is a linear regression model. Wherever the price is above the gray line over here, the asset is in bull run or euphoria phase of the bull run, like it was in 2021, also in 2024 and most of 2025. Price was above the gray line. This again comes with a caveat in the 4-year cycle. There are years such as 2020, 2018, 2022 where the price is significantly below the gray line as well. Again, that is something to look for. If the price were to follow or fall below the gray line like it did in 2022 or even in 2018, that could be something of a accumulation phase for BTC. The time weighted average price model says that the time weighted average price is at around 26k. Price in the bear market also does not come or go below the time weighted average price as Bitcoin gets adopted more and more. The last time Bitcoin went below the time weighted average price was in 2015. So again, if major bottoms for uh, bottom analysis for 2026 is to be made, again time weighted average price is a good guide. And if you were to extrapolate this time weighted average price back to about mid to late 2026, that could be somewhere between 35k and 38k. So if the time weighted average price is around 35k, the bottom would be slightly higher than the time weighted average price if you were to look for historical patterns, and then that could correspond to Bitcoin's bottom being close to 40 to 45k if we are looking for any cycle bottom. All in all, the 20-week simple moving average price risk has also cooled off at now only about 0.3, that means only 3%. Again, historically speaking, whenever the price is in this low this low simple moving average price risk, there is usually a counter trend rally, at least if not a new all-time high, at least a rally from these levels. So watching for Bitcoin, so you can see even in 2021 when the price came to this purple color risk that is less than 10%, there was a rally to November 2021. Even in the early part of the bear market year in January 2022, there was one rally from 35k to almost 47k. From the June drop, there were to about 18 to 19k, there was a rally to 24k before eventually bottoming out. The what you can also notice that at the bottom, that the market cycle bottom, the risk is never less than 0.1. It's usually somewhere between 0.1 and 0.2. That means in this blue shaded region at the bottom, that the very bottom, usually that's the risk level that the price goes to. But again, that is a discussion for another day. But even in 2025 in April, when the price went to this risk level at 76k, there was a rally from 76k to almost 124k. Now the price has now Bitcoin has entered in this negative risk level at around less than 10% since about mid-November 2025, 6 days ago. So let's see if there is a recovery from here. If it were to materialize from this level like it did previously, the level to watch is between 0.4 and 0.5, where the market cycle could conclude. If it were to go to 0.4 to 0.5 risk, the price for BTC could be between 126k and 129k. That would be a new all-time high for this cycle before concluding. With that, I would like to conclude this video by saying the downside for BTC with several models, Confluence at around price action between 76k and 79k. The upside at if there is a new all-time high between 127k and 129k. If we fall short or come close to that previous risk level or previous 20-week simple moving average price based extrapolation, that could be somewhere between 109k and 111k. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.